And now I would like to invite on stage a very interesting individual who has a story to tell and will be able to give you insights on what it takes to become successful. I had the pleasure of having a quick 5-minute chat with him, and I'm very sure all of you will have exceptionally good takeaways from him. It is my pleasure to invite on stage Dr. Christopher Richard, the founder, G7CR Technologies India Private Limited, to please share his insights and experiences. And I'm sure all of you will have fantastic takeaways. Over to you, Dr.
Thank you very
Richard.
much. Very good afternoon, everybody. Hello. It's always overwhelming when I address a set of entrepreneurs. Do you guys know you are 7% of the world? Okay, there are only 7% of the world who actually decide they are going to actually become an entrepreneur. So congratulations to all of you, and thank you very much, Dun & Bradstreet, for giving me this privilege. It's an honor to actually be talking to you guys. Now, in terms of what my company does, I'm not going to tell you about that, but I'm going to most probably give you, I've been an entrepreneur all my life is what I believe. I most probably started when I was in the 10th standard, where I started a milk business. Okay, and I've recently, last year, I cashed out of G7. I'm still in the midst of transition right now. But at least I can tell you in my experience of the last 20 odd years being an entrepreneur, I can tell you that it's not an easy job, but it's a very rewarding job. Okay. Because as an entrepreneur, you feel very, very fulfilled, right? Because you are impacting lives. You're impacting lives of the people you employ. You're impacting the lives of the customers who you most probably serve. You're impacting lives of the businesses who you work with. So in some way, you are creating impact. The takeaways and the difficulties that you face as an entrepreneur are always going to be there. I mean, any entrepreneur here who finds life easy? Okay. So there are always going to be challenges and difficulties, right? But how you address that as a leader, very recently when I was talking to my team, understood an entrepreneur is also a leader, right? So the leadership quality that you have is what most probably is going to basically propel that business to the next level. And when I talk about leadership here, see, all of you became an entrepreneur because you found a problem, and you said you have a solution for that problem. So what are you selling to your customer is that solution to that problem that you actually thought needed to be solved. Right? But how you package it, how you basically strategically work towards doing two things. One, ensuring you are able to solve that problem for the people you are serving, the customers. And two, how do you make it as easily as possible for your team to be able to deliver that objective, right? So you have both the focuses. Okay, it has to be easy for your team. Okay, and the biggest mistake I made in my initial days as an entrepreneur is I thought everybody would be me, right? So you expect everybody working for you to be just like you. It's a very wrong notion. So you are you. You are the entrepreneur, you are the thinker, you are the person who decided to start that business. You need to do everything to make it as easy as possible for that team who's going to execute your vision. Because the vision was yours, the objective was yours. You need to create those strategies, you need to create those processes, you need to create all the plans that are required to make it as simple as possible. And another secret which I basically learned is, guys, as an entrepreneur, if you put up a board, and start doing something, and if it does not succeed, don't leave it. Stay. Because another thing I learned is if you just basically stay long enough, you are bound to succeed, right? And the simple reason is, guys, while you're staying, you're learning. While you're learning, you are changing. And every time you're changing, you're basically correcting yourself. So if you have the ability to basically just stay no matter how hard it gets, you will succeed. So some of the entrepreneurs there who basically find it a struggle, find it difficult, find the going tough. Okay, the simple thing is, especially the startups who've started recently, okay, just believe in yourself and stay. The longer you stay at it, the more you will basically succeed because you learn. Okay, and a lot of times we always feel, I mean, there are so many times I felt, I'm a genius, I'm intelligent, I've done this. And 1 year later, I've always felt I was stupid last year. Okay, so you're always going to feel this, you're always going to basically do something today which seems to be the best thing to do. And a year later, you're going to go back and say, why did I even do this? Because there was something, because you matured, you most probably learned, you got more experience, and you most probably from that learning experience, you're looking at how you can solve more problems, how you can basically look at I mean, why did you do the things you do? But it's part of the journey which you most probably take on as an entrepreneur. How many of you are tech startups here? Okay, few of you, excellent, okay. Now, if you're a tech startup, okay, then guys, today's world, I think you're competing with techs of the best. You're competing with some of the best in the world, right? Okay, and still you need to take them on, right? So it becomes more and more challenging because you're looking at very large companies who most probably are competing with you in some way or the other. Your offering has to be unique, your offering has to be different. I spoke to a series of entrepreneurs just a week back, and when I was asking them, I asked them, what are the most difficult challenges that you face? And most of them gave me one problem, and they told me the problem was talent. Would you guys agree? Right? So the biggest problem an entrepreneur faces, he says, is finding talent, right? So since you are limited with talent, okay, I know there is a huge set of people available for employment, but how many of them are skilled and talented to be able to basically cater to your vision and deliver your objective? So sometimes you basically have this challenge where talent is your biggest problem. Now, when talent is your problem, what do you need to do? See, as an entrepreneur, if you learn how to create processes quickly, make the job easy, then you do not need talent which is that high, right? You will be able to manage with whatever talent is available. So part of your job profile, part of what you actually do as an entrepreneur, has to be in basically being passionate about your objective, staying with the business that you basically believe in, and also seeing how you can basically create the necessary infrastructure, processes, plans to be able to make it easy for the people who work with you. Because the more you make it difficult for them, the more complicated it actually becomes. As an entrepreneur, there's another thing which I learned, and I would like to actually pass this on to you. Guys, you may have read the best of the books on strategy. You may have the best of advisors in terms of telling you what to do and what not to do. At the end of the day, guys, when you are in that situation, what you think and what your gut tells you is what you need to believe in. Because every situation that you face is different. And every time I never followed my gut, I regretted it. Okay. I never followed my gut because it was most probably what the world said or what the best practices said was very different than what my gut was telling me to do. And every time I decided not to listen to my gut, I've gone back and regretted. I said I should have actually gone by my instinct, gone by what I felt at that moment I need to do. So that's another learning which I basically had as an entrepreneur. And it was not all success. In fact, let me tell you the story. I'm not too educated, by the way. I'm a 12th standard pass. Okay. And like I said, I've been an entrepreneur all my life. And the first time I was working as a consultant, it was an individual role. So for 12 years, I was a consultant. Technology consultant, I'm a tech guy. Okay. And I was in the space of business intelligence, analytics. Okay. And it was a wonderful journey because as a consultant, guys, you're treated very well, right? So you're walking into rooms, solving problems, right? I remember actually once I used to walk away from the gates of my customer if basically someone treated me rudely. And then they would apologize and call me back. So it gave you a lot of power as a consultant. The first time I started a business, I just didn't know how to handle people. The first 3 years, I lost money like crazy. Okay. Because I was too self-obsessed. It was all about me. It was not about the objective or the people. It took me 3 years to figure out how to handle people, inspire people, motivate people, and basically get them to work with you. Today, one of the learnings has been that you need a team to deliver your vision. It could be your vision, it could be your goals, your objectives, your dreams. But if you don't make it the dreams of your team, if you don't make it the vision of your team together, there is hardly a way where you'll be able to succeed. Like I told you, it took me 3 years, and most probably all the money which I made as a consultant, which I lost in those 3 years, learning basically that people in your company were important and you had to basically focus on them and not on, the objective is one thing, but you had to focus on those people to help them, inspire them to basically deliver that objective. Now, in terms of what G7 does for startups today, I work with 500 startups, by the way. Okay. Right from basically the startup who's just started business yesterday to some of the top unicorns in the country. Okay. We work with G7 as an entity works with 500 of them at least. Okay. So we do have a program for startups, which I'm not selling to you, but those of you who are interested, please do reach out to me. And we have but it's only for the tech startup because we are a technology business. So for those of you who are in the tech, we have a 360-degree program. Now the 360-degree program comes with GTM strategies which will help you reach the globe. We can take you to 64 countries overnight. Because today, by the way, I've been acquired, as I told you, I'm in transition right now. So the company that acquired me is Noventic, and they are in 64 countries. Okay. Today I can give you a sales office with feet on street in 64 countries if you have an offering to take to the world. Okay. So we can give you the GTM strategies. That's one of the offering of this program that we call BITS. Okay. So we help you grow your market by giving you the GTM. We also give you the tech support that is required. And a lot of times there are other things that you need which you don't want to waste time on. You need to get ISO certified, ISMS certified. All of that stuff is an important part of your growth as a business, right? So we do have a team set up to basically help all the startups only get this done. Okay. And none of this is paid. I mean, all of this is a program. It's a program which you're not paying for, so I'm not selling you a product right now. Okay. And all of this basically comes to you from this program called BITS. So we give you a 365-degree support in terms of business, technology, and sales. Apart from this, we also basically bring to you investors. I personally basically have invested in at least 6 startups as of now, and that's all this year because I got acquired this year, which means I'm cash rich. Okay, last year we never invested. So we make investments in some of those startups. Okay. So, that's your funding support that you basically get. For those of you who are interested in the program, I will ask the coordinators to pass on my numbers, okay, or my email. Please do write to me, and I would be glad to basically introduce you to the program and take you through it. Otherwise, thank you very much for attending this event, and thank you very much for starting a business because that's something which very few people do, and stepping out to do that. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much.